Okay, so we modified some rotation, we work with horizon, we can add additional oil if you need it, and in this case we can pop up the effect, but I don't think for current plants we're going to use this. And as inherent properties, our scale advanced from the parent, so we'll just leave it as 1 default. So again, let's go inside the branch properties now, and we have our link, currently 5. Let's go set maybe 4 and 2 different, so we have a different link of our branches. Okay, radius, the inherited, that's what we want from our parent. Okay, minimum if we needed trapezium. Also, you can see how we can apply this, and in some case I do like little bit in, and we'll do variation, add variation to this as well. Okay, single-sided, we leave it all other as default, include cap. We have additional influence if we need it, and the same things we can apply, same as we did the frequency, just make them as well little bit twisted, not necessarily go forward. We leave it materials as default, and right now here's a twig kind of, and you can see currently it says 12. We can pop up maybe to about 30, so we have a little bit more of those twigs going around. We could actually cycle them, but for now we'll just leave it as default. And the start mode, let's bring them a little bit closer to, you can see we can kind of bring them to the edge. What I want to do, bring them to the end right here. And one thing, they look too uniform to me, so I want increase pruning. And pruning, you can see it's randomly kind of almost remove them, which is add interesting, more natural look to this. Okay, also the positioning, we have it alternated kind of effect add to this. Let's leave it here. Okay, we'll leave shrink radius all as default, except we want maybe add rolls to this. We'll see how it's really affecting. Maybe too much on this, but coil, maybe add a little bit more coil to this, and as well add some properties. Okay, 0.2. Again, what I'm doing is just creating a little bit more messy look to this plant. Again, you can modify as you want it. And I probably should add more twigs to the twigs in this case. So we'll have it almost like this, When we go to the math, you'll notice how it is easy to do same things with just the math. So we don't necessarily need to put a twigs. We can just make a loop and go over the loop and creating them for us. But right here you can see the twigs, have other ones and going around. Again, we always can go and add leaves to other twigs previous, so it's kind of like hitting on both areas. Okay, inside the twigs, same things. We have the segments. You notice this is in a basic, and let's keep it basic because we don't need some of those properties advanced that we needed. All what we needed to have it is position them and other arrangements. So we go on a twig these ones, and we'll add some little bit distortion to these areas. Okay, and actually let me look how many we have at number 4. So let's go with a 25 example. Should add quite a bit them. Now it's look a little bit better. Okay, on this other twig we'll go inside the leaf because properties kind of will work fine there, and we'll maybe add 15 leaves more, so it will create a lot of, and maybe even too much of the leaves. Let's go back to 7. Okay, and as well we can adjust on a little bit on the leaves positioning. Okay, we can add a little bit pruning on the leaves, so we don't have as many, or they're going. And start mode, let's push them a little bit to the edges, so we have it slightly open right there for the twigs. some areas slightly open. Okay, and you know, 7 maybe too many, so let's go 5 and we add 1 as a random. So look a little bit more interesting. Okay, we have it. Let's add a roll to this and coil as well to the leaves. So let's add this kind of random, almost the still rotation to the sun, but add a little bit more position. Okay, let's go turn on wind, and it's just updating animation. And whoa, look at that on the top, what's going on. And this is happening because our twigs, which is going on top, they are too sensitive to the wind. So we need to go inside our twigs here. Let's go to influence. Okay, let's go to segment, switch to advanced so we can preview. Okay, that is look okay. So let's go right here. Okay, reduce on these ones as well, flexibility. It will add branches. We still, because this is top of the twigs, it's a little bit less, so we'll need to affect some of those twigs effect as well. So we'll go right there. Okay, let's pop up a little bit distortion till we're there on the twigs actually. Same on these ones. I'm gonna go influence, switch to advance, just pop up so we have it kind of more interesting bending going on there. Okay, wind sensitivity. It's going on top, so it's much more natural, and you can see we have the very thin twigs there. So it's what will happen when we, and at the same time those branches there, because we increase strength, so they're kind of less moving. But yeah, top is quite a bit affected by wind. Okay, we can reduce some of those movements. For this, we'll need to increase segment radius a little bit more, because currently it is a little bit too thin. That will help a little bit, same as the radius right there on these ones. So we can pop up and make them stronger. Again, playing with this, you can see it's already less movements, more natural movements. Okay, let's go now to the leaf properties. We can disable wind right now. And right here you can see we have it, did not apply any materials. We can go and maybe select some leaf material. There you go. So we have our predefined already. We don't need real worried about plane or fixed, so I do like how they're a little bit going in different angle. In the trees many times they're flat because they want to go towards the sun, but again, for this, just the purpose of this tutorial, they're going in every direction, and you can see they're going everywhere they can. The twigs, it is look a little bit too thick. Maybe we need to go back and make them much smaller, so they look a little bit more natural. Okay. And let's reduce on the branches. So there you go. We have it, our tree, kind of very fast setups from the using different trunk, branches, twigs, and leaves. And this is very basic tree. From this point, of course, you can tweak around, can adjust some elements, add new leaves, whatever. And we do have it more tutorials when we have it more in depth to creating from textures, how it will work naturally look. Take reference as a plant and going directly from the plant, how we can create different leaves, different ages, and other things. Again, this is just to play, and it's what I encourage you. Just we review nodes, we review interface. Go now and try to create a different plans, play around, so you feel more familiar with the nodes and presets. And when you feel kind of okay with this, we'll go jump to next when we're going more inside the math, inside the node fractals, and how they all can loops, how they all can work together.